here again, how you doing? I just wanted to make a little video today to show you how we prevent blisters on point. I get so many questions asking how to do this, and I thought it was much better to put it in a video rather than in a long-winded email. But for those of you who like everything written down, don't worry, I will make all of this available in a PDF format that when the new site comes, which is hopefully in about a week or so, everything will be there so you can download it and print it out anyway. So we get a lot of questions about preventing blisters on point, such as, "Hi Lisa, I've been dancing on point for 4 years now, but I always get horrible blisters. I know that that's to be expected, but even my teacher agrees that mine are rather severe. I use padded wool toe pads and I'm careful to buy new ones when they wear out. Do you have any tips for me?" Well, this is a really common question, and usually I explain that blisters are caused by 3 things on point. One is too much friction, one is too much moisture in the shoe, and one is the strength and control of the toes. So if you think about when your foot is in your point shoe, if your box is not fitting well, so if there's a little bit too much movement, as you go from being on flat up to full point, the foot will actually slide down in the shoe a little bit. Now, depending on how much movement there is and which parts of your foot are actually contacting the shoe, that's where you'll start to develop a blister. So if you have one toe a little bit bent and this part is rubbing underneath the surface of the shoe up and down every time you go on point, then you'll tend to get a blister on that point. So obviously the fit of the box is very important. Make sure when you fit your shoes that you put your foot flat in. You should be able to reach your index finger just in under the front of the shoe. There should be just enough movement there to allow that finger to slide in a little bit. It shouldn't go in too far, and if the shoe's too tight you won't be able to get the finger in at all. Make sure that once you've got it fitting flat that you do test your foot up on point with the padding that you'll use when you are on point. A lot of girls fit their shoes without the padding, then wonder why they're too tight. So your padding will take up about half a size when you're fitting the shoes. Make sure that when you go from flat onto full point that the foot doesn't slide down in the shoe too much. So that's the first thing. The second is moisture in the shoe. Now, it is very important to dry out your shoes and your padding separately after you finish on point. If there's moisture in the padding from when you sweat, when you're on point and sweat comes out through your feet, there will be rubbing of your skin against the padding. So no matter what kind of padding you use, always make sure you take it out of the shoe, dry it off separately, and then reuse it again the next day. A lot of girls like to have a couple of sets of padding that they use, and also making sure that your shoes and padding are very dry will help the box last longer when you're dancing. Okay, the last thing that you really need to be careful of is keeping your toes long in your shoes. Now, I'm a big stickler for this one. When you're pointing your toes, you want to be long from the knuckle bones through to the tip of your toes. If your toes are curling, then the knuckles out here push out and get blisters on the top. I can usually see as soon as I see a dancer's foot whether she can keep her toes long in her shoes or not. So if you're coming to see me, make sure that you can do that. So make sure that you point long from the knuckles as I show in the point through the demi point video. If you get all of those 3 things right, you should drastically reduce how many blisters you get, the pain of them, and hopefully get none at all. Talk to you soon.